You have tuned in to the Bernard Williams Stay in Your Lane Show podcast. I am your host, 2000 Olympic champion Bernard Williams. And right now we got a special guest for episode 26. This show is sponsored by BW Pro Techniques. And we are located here in the DMV, particularly Maryland. Yeah, we got a special guest tonight, a good friend of mine, and I'm so fortunate that he's here to give me his. What up, sis? So I'm just waiting for him to get here. That's right. This show is sponsored by BW Pro Techniques.
My man, what's going on? Yes, sir.
What's going on?
Nothing much, man. I'm glad we're able to sit down and do this.
Yeah. I just want to say I'm proud of you, man. So you ready? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good deal.
Yeah, man. So how's your evening going?
My evening's going good. I didn't have a whole lot of homework to do tonight. We practice at 6 a.m. now, so nothing really during the day. Just kind of chilling in my senior year.
Yeah, man. So
Yes,
let
sir.
me introduce the world to this awesome human being.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. He is not only a baseball player, he is a team captain for Penn State York baseball team. He's a senior. He's about to graduate. He's one of the fastest baseball players that I've had the pleasure to coach. So without further ado, everybody, this is Shane Hulbert.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction.
That's right, man. Shoot. So I just want to get into these questions because I've been wanting to ask you these for a long time, and I figured why not on the platform so the world can know who you are.
Absolutely, man. Let's get into it.
All right. So who is Shane?
Sheesh, man. I'm still trying to figure it out. I mean, obviously, you just gave my introduction. I mean, I define myself as a student athlete. I've been a student athlete my whole life. So who am I? That's who I am. I'm a student athlete. I'm an extrovert. Just accepted a sales job. So I guess I'll be a salesman here pretty soon.
Nice.
And then on top of all that, man, it's family first. So, I'm a son, I'm a brother. So I'm trying to take it one day at a time and figure it out. I'm not trying to rush it. I think you figure out who you are as time goes on. So I'm just kind of going with the flow, man.
Nice. Now, when did you start playing baseball?
Sheesh, I started playing baseball at the age of 4. My dad obviously played baseball in high school, and I think that he really wanted that for me. So I've been playing baseball from when I was 4 to now, to when I'm 21, my whole life.
Nice. Now, what position do you play?
Actually, I pitched pretty much my whole life up until my junior year of high school. I've been catching pretty much my whole life. I started catching when I was 8 years old. I did play shortstop for a little bit. I don't really talk about that. Wasn't the best shortstop as a 6-year-old. But yeah, I mean, I've been catching my whole life from when I was 8 to when I was 21. And obviously that's what I do in college. I did play outfield actually my freshman year at Penn State York in addition to catching. But I have been Penn State York starting catcher now, going on 4 years.
Nice, man. Did you ever see yourself as playing pitcher?
I did. My whole life, I kind of thought that I would do both. I kind of thought that maybe in college I would end up doing both. I think that, when I transferred high schools from DeMatha to Spalding, my role was very defined as a catcher. At DeMatha, I did both. I pitched and I caught. I had some people in front of me, so I had to transfer and pursue, the position that I wanted to do, which was catcher. I do look back on it sometimes and wish that, I did pitch, maybe see if I could throw a 90. But I don't regret it. I'm a catcher at heart always.
Cool. Hey, Caleb Dean, he also went to DeMatha.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, I think you guys were there at the same time.
I'm sure we'll
We
have a couple people trickling in and out here from my various schools, so we'll see.
Yeah. Shouts out to Kim Collins, world champion for track and field. He's in the building. But yeah, I just realized like Caleb Dean, he went to DeMatha. He's NCAA champion, and he just graduated. He's working on his master's.
Hell yeah, that's
So
what's up.
man,
Congratulations, man.
that is so cool. I didn't even realize we both went to the same school.
Yes, sir. A lot of great athletes coming out of that school, man.
Yeah. So what motivated you to go to Penn State York?
Yeah, it's interesting. I got hurt my junior year of high school
Mm.
at a play at the plate. Went to tag somebody and
Was it the hand?
it was my thumb. Yeah,
Yeah,
got a scar
I
on my thumb
remember
right
that.
there. So
Okay.
that kind of hurt a lot of my opportunities. Had a couple conversations, a couple offers taken away,
Mm.
and one of the ones that was left was Penn State York. And what really drew me to the school was the degree. Honestly, I mean, getting a Penn State education, no matter which Commonwealth campus you go to, it says the Pennsylvania State University. So that was one of the main things. I also knew that if I came here, I would play. Obviously, going on 4 years as a starter, I believe I made the right decision.
Yeah.
Some of my best friends have come out of this school as well, so I couldn't be more grateful.
Yes. Now this is a left field question. Can you still do a whole split?
When you sent me the list of questions, man, I tried. I did try, and I think I might have pulled one, maybe two muscles. So no, I can't.
See, a lot of people don't know right now. See, my man Shane right here, he's a black belt in karate. So that's why I asked him that question.
I used to, maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I could, but I will not try right now for you.
Hey, that's all right. Oh man. Now the World Series, is that going on right now or not?
The World Series is over.
Who did you pick?
I picked the Phillies. I picked the Phillies to win it all. They got upset in the championship series, unfortunately.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man. So nowadays, who's your team to watch? Professionally, other than the Phillies.
My team's always been the Nationals my whole life. Growing up, me and my dad were big Nationals fans. I always support the Orioles, obviously being that close to Baltimore.
I was getting ready to say, I'm like, wow, man.
I support both, but I'm a Nationals fan at heart. I followed them probably from when I was young until, they won the World Series, and obviously they suck now, but we're going to give them some time.
Now, I know you was one of the fastest guys on the team. How many steals did you get?
Man, you know what? You'll be proud of me. My freshman year, I led our team in stolen bases. My freshman year, I had 13, which was great. My sophomore year was when they decided that I needed to catch like every damn game. So they stopped letting me run the bases. Unfortunately, sophomore year, I had about 6.
Okay.
Junior year, I think I had like maybe 3 or 4. As a catcher, they like you to save your legs, of course. So they always pinch run for me, get somebody, faster in there, which is disappointing, but understandable.
Now, do you think stealing bases is an art form?
I absolutely do. And I was happy that this question was in the list. We actually at Penn State York are starting kind of what's called new school base running right now. So there's a couple different, ways to run the bases. And what we're really focusing on and harping on this year is kind of just timing the pitchers up. So trying to get our breaks and trying to get our early jumps and our early steals. So I think that with all of that kind of in our head and all of those factors, I absolutely think it's an art form.
Yeah. Now,
Sure.
do they work on like technique like we used to as far as staying low and working your drive phase and things like that?
All the time. I think at a certain point, when you get to college, you're supposed to know all that. And at that point, it's just kind of the coaches yelling at you, stay lower
you were prepared though.
Sure. Yeah. Oh man, I was. And that's why I led the team in stolen bases freshman year.
Yo, because I was like, man, I always wanted to know how many bases did he steal.
Yeah. I stole a lot. I stole a lot more in travel and in summer ball and in fall ball, in the summer still. But yeah, as far as college goes, they run for me.
Okay. Now, have you thought about any NIL deals?
I know you and I talked about this a little bit briefly. I had a company since then actually reach out to me about it.
Nice.
I think at this point, like just, being a senior, trying to grind through my last 6 months, I think I thought about it too little too late.
No. It's not too late because you could go to grad school.
Yeah, I could go to grad school, Bernard, but I'm not going to grad school, man. Let me tell you something. I cannot do 2, 3, 4 more years of school. I won't be doing that.
Oh
I'm done.
man. Okay, I respect that. I respect
Yeah,
that.
I'm done.
Now, what was one of your hardest workouts?
With you, damn it.
No, okay. Well, not with me. I'm talking about as far as baseball, like that workout that, like, take us into your world of baseball, like that grind. Was it like 6 in the morning or was it strength training? Like, what was one of your hardest workouts? Tell us about it.
Starting out, for the viewers out there, the hardest workouts I have ever had to go through, whether it was travel, high school, college, was with Mr. Bernard Williams. This man made me work until I threw up every damn time, and I am forever grateful. However, those were the hardest workouts.
Okay.
As far as baseball goes, though, at Spalding, we did what's called the Devil's Mile. So
Yes.
at Spalding, it was basically just around a big track. It was like
Yeah.
lunges for a lap, and then it was like leapfrog for a lap, and then it was sprinting for a lap, and that was probably one of the hardest baseball workouts I think I've ever done. I did that for 2 years at Spalding,
Yeah.
and then getting into college. Honestly, our strength and conditioning and stuff like that isn't extremely vigorous, if you will, but it is every single day. We lift from 6 to 7, and we
Yeah.
do, you're going to love this. We do, I think, about 14 different ladder drills
Yeah.
at about 15 sets each.
Yeah.
So we, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we are, 6 to 7, we run, 7 to 8, we lift. And then on Fridays, we go outside, even if it's 10 degrees, and we run 2 miles as a team.
Yeah. That sounds nice.
I
Now,
wouldn't say it's nice, but
that sounds nice.
we
That
try
sounds
our
great.
best.
But thank you, man. And I'm glad because I wanted to prepare you, man. But you've really took it to the next level. You know what I mean? You kept that discipline and you kept getting better and getting better. You know what I mean? And then you stayed healthy. And that was the main thing, was to teach you technique, the championship mentality, but so you could keep improving and bettering yourself. Because I knew you was better. I knew it.
My endurance and my stamina and my just, footwork and all that stuff, I mean, so much better because of all the work that you and I put in for 8 to 10 years. I mean, I'm grinding through the ladder drills and I'm quick with everything. And even my coach this morning, I was doing one drill and he was like, "Yeah, Shane." He was like, "Get that shit." I was like, "Yeah, man. Bernard Williams all day. That's why."
Yeah. Oh man. Now, what motivated you? Oh, the 60. Have you gotten the opportunity to run the 60-yard dash?
So our coach in college actually does not believe in the 60. He's a big 40
Okay.
guy. I can't say that I know my 40 time. I will say that the last time I was recorded on the 60 was my junior year, my last perfect game showcase. I ran a 7 flat. So
Okay.
7 flat, my quickest time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you have aspirations of going to the major leagues? Because since you're
Man,
young, you're graduating.
yeah, I mean, I think everybody does as a kid. I think as you grow older and you figure out kind of which division you are in college, I mean, it does happen. People from D3 end up, getting drafted or what have you. A
Yes.
lot of my friends, you know them, Josh Moylan, Jackson
Yes.
Merrill. I mean, some of these guys, James Wood, who have made it there. I mean, they went from D1 or in Jackson's case straight out of high school.
Right.
So honestly, I think for me, man, the dream was to get to college.
Yeah.
And then in college, I was fortunate enough. It's funny that it's in the background. I was fortunate enough last summer. I had a MLB partner league reach out to me and asked me if I could be their bullpen catcher for the summer. So
Yeah.
I got the opportunity to be in their clubhouse, to hang out with their guys, to catch these pitchers that were in the major leagues who either got sent down or these pitchers who, had aspirations of going pro. So that was the closest I've gotten. And honestly, that's good enough for me. I'm ready to, make a name for myself here at Penn State York. And I just accepted a job. So trying to move on, in the next phase and then the next chapter of my life.
But so we can say that it's a possibility.
You could say that because you love me, but
Yeah, man.
as
Because you're
far as
still
my
young. I
own.
know you're still young, and it's not like an injury took you out. Everybody is one tryout away from going pro.
Definitely. I just think that, at this point in my life,
Hmm.
I think I'm really ready for the next thing.
Okay.
Baseball's been my life from 4 to 21.
Yes.
And I love it, and I'm still going to
You're just
play,
ready for the
men's.
next phase.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, I'm still
Got
going to play men's league with my friends. I'm already, on a team with past graduates at Penn State York, and I'm excited for that. But, as far as baseball goes, I'm ready to have fun with it, and I'm
you.
ready to move on to the next phase of my life.
Cool. Now, what are some of the challenges you had while in the university?
Sure. I had a lot of challenges, man. I think the biggest challenge that I had to overcome, which was a big wake up call for me, was the type of leader that I wanted to be. I think that my freshman year, I came in from two championship winning high schools and seven travel teams where we won 20 to 25 championships a summer. And, coming into a program at the time, I mean, we were 7-17 freshman year. I mean, last year we made it all the way to the championship. I mean, we've turned the program around in the past 3 years, but at the time,
Hmm.
we weren't a very good team. So I kind of came in thinking that we kind of already were a championship team, and I would push everybody and I would yell at everybody. And,
Yeah.
I don't think freshman year that I very much led by example. I think that I more so had all of these expectations of my teammates that maybe were unfair at times.
Mm.
And then I learned real quick, at the beginning of my sophomore year that, my coach came up to me. He was like, "Hey, Shane, you might not get voted in, man." And I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Some of the guys, they've just been talking about how they don't like how you lead, blah, blah, blah." So
Mm.
I stood up in a meeting actually at the beginning of my sophomore year, and I told my whole team, I said, "Listen, gentlemen," I said, "being a leader is not about being liked. I'm not here to be your best friend.
Yeah.
I'm here to be your captain of your team. I'm here to lead you to a championship. I'm here to turn this program around." So I think at that point, that was kind of that shift for me. I had a challenge of I got to get these guys to like me. I got to earn the older guys' respect. But at the same time, I had to figure out what type of leader I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And then sophomore year, junior year, senior year, I turned it back around, and that makes me the leader I am today.
See, that's what I'm talking about, and that's why you're the captain.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank
Now,
you.
what do you like to do for fun?
Well, before you told me we were on, I was playing Fortnite. So I play video games a lot in my spare time. I sing a lot actually in my spare time as well.
So
You
when
know that.
when are you going to hit the studio, man?
You know what, man? I've actually been thinking about it. I want to say that when I wrap up, my college baseball career, I think I want music to be part of my next chapter. So I'm gonna grind out my 6 months, and then we're gonna see kind of what happens from there.
Now, you're also a musician, right?
I
You
wish.
play the piano?
Nope.
You don't play the piano?
No, I have a guitar back here too. I couldn't play you a chord. Oh man. Hey,
I thought
listen,
you
man. I can
played. I
play
thought you
Mary.
played. Now, I knew that you sing. I knew that you sang, but I thought you played the piano.
I can play Mary Had a Little Lamb and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star like nobody's business on the piano, but that's about it.
Okay, so you can play. I know I've seen you on the piano before. This man's a black belt. He's a musician. He's a baseball player. I mean, this guy does it all.
Sure. I try my best.
Now, so you just told me how you overcame, your challenge, and as far as being the type of leader that you want to be. Now, what type of music do you listen to before you play a baseball game?
Shit, man, country. I
Country.
listen I listened to country growing up years and years and years and years, whether it was my dad, my mom, my sister. I mean, country has been a big thing, I guess, in our family for a long time. And I guess that just gets me in the right headspace. Also, Post Malone.
Okay.
Love Post Malone. Probably
So
my
now,
favorite artist.
so does country music make you relax?
Yeah, country music honestly puts me in like kind of a nostalgic place. I think it brings me peace. I think it brings me familiarity. So yeah, I mean, I know damn near every country song that comes on the radio. So I think that anytime I put the country playlist on shuffle, I'm kind of clear in my head. I'm getting ready to rock. Getting ready to kind of shift my focus.
Okay. Now, speaking of that, I used to get a little bit of anxiety when it was time for me to run. Do you feel excited, or do you get that nervous energy before you compete in big games?
Of course.
Now,
Absolutely. I think
how do you deal with it? How
I
do
think
you deal with it?
yeah, I mean, I think every great athlete in some capacity, any college athlete, any high school athlete, I mean, gets anxiety, before big games. I think for me, it's less anxiety and more of like the nerves. Nerves is a softer word for anxiety. I think that I want to play to the best of my ability. But I think at the same time, I've been playing baseball for so long. And, it was a lot different when I was a freshman in college and I was trying to establish my spot, right? I mean,
Yeah,
freshman year, when I would get anxious and I would get nervous and stuff,
right.
it's all about breathing. It's all about talking to your boys to make sure, they're going through the same thing. It's all about trying to get that mentality right, trying to focus on your mechanics, especially at the plate, going up to the plate, just saying, I want to drive the ball back to the pitcher, rather than to try to hit a home run. So I think in terms of that, I think it's just simplifying the game. I think it's just focusing on the fundamentals and focusing on, the stuff that comes easy and naturally to you. And then obviously, as I got older, sophomore, junior year, when, I knew I was going to start, I knew I was going to play the big games. I mean, it was the night before, I'm going to get a good night's sleep. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to, have a good mentality. I'm going to, tell my teammates that we got this, we're going to step on the field and we're going to play ball. So I think that as I kind of matured and as I grew up, the nerves and the anxiety kind of diminished a little bit. I mean, even when we made it all the way to the championship game last year, I mean, that was my third game of the day that I was catching. And it wasn't like I was sitting there like, oh my God, it's a championship game. Now I
Yeah,
was sitting there like, let's go get this shit. This is our championship,
yeah. Well, that experience gave you that confidence too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, did any of your parents play baseball?
My dad did. Yeah, my
Yeah.
dad played baseball. Eddie, yeah, he's in the house actually.
Yeah. What up,
He's
Eddie?
he's in this right now.
I love
Yeah,
that
my
guy.
dad did. He played as a kid. From my understanding, he was damn good. Then he played at DeMatha actually.
Wow.
And then his stupid little self ended up quitting for a girl. So he always told me, don't quit for a girl, and stay on the grind if you love the game. And I got nothing but love for my dad, and always wanted to follow in his footsteps as a kid. And
Yes.
he said, "Hey,
Yes.
Sam."
I see. You had to pin it. What up, Eddie?
That's the
Oh
man right
man.
there.
Now that girl that he quit for, was that your mom?
No. So he made a mistake
Oh.
now, didn't he?
My bad.
Yeah.
That question wasn't on the list. I'm sorry. Now, what message do you have for the high schoolers out there that's about to go to college? Like, you have any advice for them?
Think that when you're in high school, and I saw this especially at DeMatha and Spalding because we were such big power schools, you can't get caught up in the division, right? I mean, everybody as a kid wants to play D1 baseball, D1 football, D1 lacrosse, whatever it is. And I saw so many of my friends, Bernard, we had 13 Division I commits at Spalding in my graduating class.
Mm.
You know how many of them are still playing?
How many?
Like 3. Because everybody else transferred to D2, D3, JUCO.
Okay.
So I think my message for high school athletes would really be to find what school is right for you in every sense of the word. Academics, school size, social life, everything like that, regardless of the division, right? And then obviously you got to take your coaches and everything like that into account. I mean, for me, of course I wanted to play D1 baseball. Everybody did, right? And then, unfortunately, when I got the surgery and everything, that wasn't possible anymore. And I was trying to decide, do I want to go D2? Do I want to go D3? Do I want to stop? First of all, I'm glad I didn't stop.
Me too.
Another message too for high school athletes, if you really love the game, they'll find a school for you. You'll find a school. So I guess really to wrap that all up, to just make sure that when you're making that decision, you don't have the division in the front of your mind, maybe put it in the back.
Cool. Yep. So now we got a word association. So you ready?
So explain to me what this is.
All right. Now, word association, I'm going to throw a word out, and basically as a reference, you would let me know what you're thinking. You don't have to give one word. It's just when I throw that word out, what comes to your mind? First thing comes to mind.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Karate.
Ken Klotz. Man, the owner of my studio from when I was 4 to when I was 16, still the owner today. Ken Klotz, he's the man.
Shouts out to King Clocks. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
his name is not Master.
No, no,
Oh,
they were all Mister, and I actually loved that. Master and
Mister.
stuff's more
Oh,
Taekwondo than Tong
okay.
Sudo.
All right, now what about music?
Country, just because we were just talking about it, it's my
Yeah,
favorite genre.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Um, art.
Art, awful. Hate it.
What?
In terms of, listen, man, in terms of music and stuff and art forms and things that you consider an art, absolutely. I think that I've taken some drawing classes. I've had some horrible teachers, some horrible professors who just make me feel terrible about myself and my drawing abilities. I took a painting class in high school. Apparently, I'm the worst painter in the world. I mean, I don't have any artistic talent. So when you say art, I think, hell no.
Okay. All right, bet. Movies.
Movies. I just watched Interstellar for the first time. I don't know if you've ever seen that
Okay.
movie. It's a space movie.
Okay.
Phenomenal movie. Anybody, I recommend that movie. Just watched it.
Hey, text
Incredible.
it to me, yo, because I may forget
I
because I'm
got you.
focused on the
I
interview.
got you. You should watch it.
Yeah, I think I heard of that movie. Now,
It's
who's the star in
pretty
that
old.
movie? Who's the star? Just
Off the top of my
newcomers?
head, off the top of my head, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's anybody that you like immediately recognize, but
Okay.
phenomenal movie.
Okay. All right. Oreos.
Championship program, man. They 100-win season this year. Uh, Obviously got swept, in the championship series, had a tough run, but
Yeah.
everything that they proved this year, phenomenal organization.
Cool. The word invest.
Need to do more of it. I don't know. I've never really been big into investing in stuff just because I haven't had a whole lot of jobs throughout my life, and I personally don't have a lot of money right now. So investing is going to be something, obviously, that when I take the insurance job and the sales job, I'm going to look more into. We have our own financial advisor at this place too, so
Nice.
I'm excited to learn more about it. I don't think I'm very educated yet, so
Hey, that's smart though. You're not gonna just
yeah,
invest money into something you don't know, right?
definitely, man,
All right.
definitely.
Now cartoon.
Cartoons, man. I think of my brother Philip. I'm not a big cartoon guy by any sense of the word, literally at all. I like shows that you can binge, reality TV stuff like that. So I've never been big into cartoons, but when I go home, man, and I go to my childhood house and I see my brother, 100% of the time that man's watching some kind of cartoon.
Nice.
So when I see a cartoon, I think of my brother, and that always puts a smile on my face for sure.
That's cool. Now sitcom.
Friends, oh my God, Matthew Perry just died.
Yeah,
You hear that?
rest in peace. Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Phenomenal TV show, phenomenal actor. Very sad way to go.
Oh,
But
man.
Friends is a good sitcom. One of the
Yeah.
best.
I watched that show plenty times. There's so many of them. I couldn't even pick one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just so many because I was more of a Seinfeld guy.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so but then I like Cheers, which was way in the 80s. Then I like the Cosby Show because it was positive.
Yep.
And then the thing with the pills anyway. But yeah, okay, so now for this next session, we're going with pick either or.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Seafood or pasta?
I gotta go seafood. I'm from Maryland. Maryland crabs, Maryland seafood, 100%.
Hey, summer or winter?
Summer. Winter sucks. Too cold. It's like 30 degrees right now. I don't even know if our heat's on. I'm dying in here already.
Bet.
Pennsylvania winter, if that. Oh God.
Oh man. Okay. Gospel or R&B?
R&B. I'm a big R&B guy next to country music. That's they're neck and neck for me.
Okay.
Sure.
Autobots or Decepticons?
So we got to talk about this, man. I have never, ever, don't hate me, seen the movie. I've never seen a Transformers movie.
What about the cartoon?
Nope. I know. I was like, man, he's going to ask me this question, and I'm going to have to tell him I never saw the
No.
movie. I didn't have
That's
enough
what you
time to
said.
watch the movie before the podcast.
No,
I
it's
was like,
okay,
oh, no.
though. That means I'm getting old, man. Well, I think that they got a new movie coming out, so hopefully you can pick up on it.
Transformers has been around for a long time. I don't know why I haven't seen it. I don't know if I didn't get around to it or didn't really care or whatever.
Have
But
you seen G.I. Joe?
no,
So yeah, those are the kind of old school that they kind of brought back. So I can understand that.
yeah, I will say I think in terms of movies, I'm not very cultured. I'm a big TV show guy. I've seen the movies you're supposed to see like The Matrix and stuff like that. But as far as like other movies like G.I. Joe and Transformers and stuff, I couldn't tell you.
Now, what about all right, well, horror movies or action movies?
Action movies, man. Me and my roommate just started the Marvel series from the beginning. I think we're about 8 movies in.
So which one did y'all start with?
We started on Disney Plus. There's a timeline order. I think the first, so it's like in order. It's not in order when they came out,
right,
but it's in like the timeline of like when they should have happened, like back to
okay,
back to back. I want to say it was either the first Spider-Man movie or the first Captain America movie.
Okay. Yeah.
Phenomenal. Marvel, phenomenal series.
Yeah. I agree. A lot of people like Super Friends. Like
Super Friends.
Well, DC Comics.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
With Superman and Batman.
Absolutely.
And
I know. I love myself some Marvel now.
Yeah, Marvel is hands down the favorite.
Absolutely.
All right. So would you rather be feared or loved?
I'm going to say loved because I think on the field, feared for sure. I don't want nobody to love me on the field.
Okay.
But love, man. I think life is about a lot more than your sport, a lot more than, your job, a lot more than anything. I think above all, it's about family and it's all about being loved. So loved all day long.
All right. Politics or entertainment?
Entertainment, man. I couldn't tell you one political. I don't think there's one political bone in my body. Entertainment all day. Too much of it.
Oh man. So I know you're about to graduate and I know you're about to be a broker, but what is the next goal for you? The
next goal, man, let's talk short term. The short term goal for me is to win a championship.
Okay.
I think
short term.
Yep.
Yes.
I think that sophomore year, we lost the division by 1 game. Junior year, we lost the championship. This year is our time. So as far as short term, I want to get my school a championship. It's what I came here to do. I think long term, I'm getting ready to start this next chapter, my first real adult job, the beginning of my career.
Yeah.
So I think longer term, man, I want to become an expert. I want to be the best that I can be in my profession, and I want to make as much money as possible.
Yeah, boy.
Chasing that money.
I was waiting on you to say
you got to
that.
put money last, man. I don't know if my boss is in here or something. I can't just say money.
Right. I mean, but, your goal is to be a millionaire.
Absolutely.
Yeah, long term. There's nothing wrong with that. I think.
And then once I make some money, I can invest. Damn it.
Right. And then you can be a sponsor for the Stay in Your Lane show.
Absolutely. Hey, speaking of, I still need a hoodie. I still need one of those gray hoodies.
I got you, man. What size?
Large.
I got you. So once I get another shipment, I'll definitely send it to you.
Sounds good.
Yeah, man. Well, shoot, man. Man, this was a great interview.
This was. It's just like we're talking, man, catching up like old times.
I know. Oh man, no, I really am proud of you, and I'm just thankful that you kept pushing. You've overcome some challenges as far as surgery with your hand, and even switching schools in high school, where you're trying to find your way. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And then going to a university that you want to go to that appreciates you, and now you're about to graduate to become a professional, still healthy.
Yes,
now you can't do the whole split, but
knock on some wood real quick. Still healthy.
Yeah, man. Now. So I just want to say I am proud of you, Shane, and I want you to keep up the good work, man. Continue being great.
It's all love, man. I hope that next time I'm in town in Maryland, I want to come to a comedy club with you. We got to make that happen.
Yes, I would do it. I've been working frequently, so whenever you come in, we'll just pick a night and we'll have fun.
Sounds good, man. I can't wait.
All right. Well, you have a good night.
Yes, sir. All right, big dog. Thank you very much. for the podcast and for the opportunity.
All right, man. Keep it going.
All right, Bernard. I'll catch you
All
later, man. All
right.
right.
Peace.
Bye-bye.